Grace to you and peace, and welcome to this seventh and final meditation looking at the 7 last words of Jesus from the cross. In this meditation, we look at the 7th word from Luke chapter 23 and Matthew chapter 27. It was now about noon, and darkness came over the whole land until 3 in the afternoon, while the sun's light failed, and the curtain of the temple was torn in two. Then Jesus, crying with a loud voice, said, "Father, into your hands I commend my spirit." Having said this, he breathed his last. At that moment, the curtain of the temple was torn in two from top to bottom. The earth shook, the rocks were split. The tombs also were opened, and many bodies of the saints who had fallen asleep were raised. After his resurrection, they came out of the tombs and entered the holy city and appeared to many. Now when the centurion and those with him who were keeping watch over Jesus saw the earthquake and what took place, they were terrified and said, "Truly, this man was God's Son." Truly, the centurion said, "This man was God's Son." It is not what the centurion said that makes this so powerful to me, but when and where he said it. At the cross, as Jesus breathed his last. At this moment of sheer and utter hopelessness, this centurion comes to faith and experiences hope. You know, what makes Christianity so powerful is not Christ's victory over death, but the Son of God's willingness to die in the first place, to commit his spirit into his Father's hands and to breathe his last for us. It is at the cross where we experience the depths of God's love for us. The empty cross and the resurrection really just affirm what the crucifixion accomplished. The resurrection brings us true joy because the cross brings us true love. There is no greater love and no greater gift than what was given to us on the cross when the Son committed his Spirit to the Father and breathed his last for us. The Son will live again. He will breathe again, and he will breathe that same Spirit on us. That day will come, but first, Jesus must breathe his last. And all of us must one day do that as well. One way to think of our life is an opportunity simply to give thanks for this gift. Henry Nouwen, a great Christian writer, wrote that our life is a short opportunity to say yes to God's love. And every time we say yes to God's love, we make ourselves more ready for the moment when we too will be invited to commit our spirits into the Father's loving hands. When we too will breathe our last. This last word from the cross shows us and invites us to consider our own deaths, to imagine the moment when we too will speak our last word, and to give thanks that because Jesus spoke these last words for us, the very first words that we will hear after our death will also come from Jesus. I love you. Welcome home. Enter into my joy now and forevermore. I invite you now to take some time in silence to reflect on this last word from Jesus and on all these last words of love spoken to us from the cross.